Hello, and welcome to the Fall 2020 Open House for prospective high school students at the International School of Beaverton. This presentation is intended for current 8th through 10th grade students. If you are a 5th through 7th grade student, we encourage you to watch the video labeled Middle School on our school website. It's a different presentation. But aspiring high school students, we hope by the end of the evening, you'll be able to answer the question, is ISB the right school for me? At ISB, we're guided by our school mission. It guides us in how we work with one another, how we communicate with one another, and how we make decisions at our school. I encourage you to pause your video and talk as a family about the words or phrases that stand out to you and how they resonate with your own values. An advantage of a small school is that students are well known by their classmates and by their teachers. And at ISB, we live out our mission by welcoming students daily, by challenging them academically, engaging them personally, and inspiring them creatively. Collaboration is an important part of what we do. There are opportunities for students to work with each other and to work with teachers for more than 1 year. Our students tend to have high expectations for themselves and for their classmates as engaged learners and contributing members of our school community. International is in our name, but how do we bring the world to ISB? We strive to do it through the framework of the IB Middle Years Program and Diploma Program, through presentations and regular visits from international students and leaders. Our school serves students with a diverse range of linguistic and ethnic backgrounds. We've successfully created a richly diverse community in which students are comfortable sharing their heritage and traditions. Our intercultural sessions are challenging, engaging, and interactive to help us broaden our world perspective. Past cultural sessions have included Tibetan monks showing sand paintings, Gandhi's grandson speaking about human rights, musicians from Africa, including the children's choir from Uganda, and many more. Each year, we host intern teachers who are studying to be teachers in their home country. They work alongside ISB teachers. This year, we're fortunate to have an intern from China working in our Mandarin classroom. We have sister school relationships with several schools in Japan, which visit us annually for short homestays with our families and join in our classes. We regularly welcome foreign delegations, including government and business leaders, who visit with and present to our students. We're also joined by community and business partners who present about their experiences living and working abroad during our annual Culture Week. As we'll talk about later, dragons go to college. So we've built a college-going culture. We have a 100% graduation rate that we've had for most of our graduating classes. We embed college and career readiness into our coursework and our advisory lessons and implement AVID strategies school-wide, like writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. The next few slides, we're going to look at data for how do our students do after they graduate from high school. One way to do that is to track the number of graduates who enter college the fall immediately after high school. You can see by this graph that an average of 86% of our graduates enter college right away. What happens to the others? Well, a few students each year enter military service, go on missions, or take gap years. You can see, though, that 79% of our graduates in 2019 went on to a 4-year institution. This looks at the data in a slightly different way. It compares the percentage of students who go on to a public institution or a private institution. For the most part, our students go to public institutions. Little over half of them do. In fact, the three most common universities for our students to move on to are Portland State University, University of Oregon, and Oregon State. And they do that for reasons both having to do with the curriculum they seek, the majors they seek, as well as the financial incentives for IB scholars to stay within our four-year institutions. This looks at information differently. It tracks not how many students go on to their freshman year, but how many go back to college their sophomore year. So they attended college their freshman year, and do they come back again in the fall of their second year? Nationally, the percentage is about 75%. It's a fairly high dropout rate. But ISB graduates have had a much higher rate. In fact, with the graduating class of 2017, 99% of those students returned for their sophomore year. College persistence matters. Students not only enter college, but succeed when they get there. Because ISB's persistent rates is significantly above the national average, our graduates are particularly attractive to admissions officers. We outperform both the state and the national averages there. Last year's graduating class included 58 students who participated in our diploma program and 11 students who participated in the district's early college program. Together, those graduates earned $1.7 million in college scholarships. This data is based on 2018 and 19. Because of the disruption last spring, we didn't have accurate samples, both at the local and state and national level, for comparisons for ACT and SAT scores. But you can see that ISB, shown in orange, outperforms their peers at the state level and the national level on these indicators of college readiness. We've also been recognized by several organizations for our academic excellence. Usually these are based on state test scores, as well as the number of students participating in AP or IB exams. At ISB, we innovate. We are the only public school in Oregon that offers the 6 through 12 IB continuum with the middle years program and the diploma program. We partner with Mountainside High School in offering the middle years program at grades 9-10 and the diploma program at grades 11-12. As a 6-12 school, we ensure a smooth transition from middle school to high school by using the middle years program as a bridge. MYP is a 5-year program with linking the grades with articulation and preparation to ensure that students are successful when they reach the diploma program in 11th grade. Our middle school population is 480 students, and our high school students usually averages about 400 students. Why should you select an IB education? It's broad and balanced, it's conceptual, and it's connected. We hope that as you consider our school, you think about our school as a bridge from where your child is now through their college entrance. In order to achieve high levels of success, our teachers focus on aligning academic expectations, skill development, and outcomes with a detailed learning progression from grades 6 through 12. Let's look at the middle years program. Yeah, but first, let's look at what the middle years program and the diploma program have in common. They share the IB learner profile. Students, I encourage you to read through these attributes and think about one that best describes you. Parents, guardians, I encourage you to look at the list and think of one of these words that describes the young person next to you. I encourage you to pause this video now and share your words and your reasons why you selected them. At ISB, we strive to instill these characteristics in our students and to practice them as the adults working with the students. Now, let's look at the middle years program. The middle years program can be thought of as a series of concentric rings. If you begin at the center ring, you can see the development of a child in profile, ringed by the learner profile, those 10 attributes we just reviewed. The next ring out includes the approaches to teaching, approaches to learning, global contexts, and concepts. Global contexts are broad, powerful ideas that fit in many disciplines and have relevance within and across subject areas. They provide connections that can transfer across time and culture. The next ring are the projects, service, and personal project. We'll talk more about those in a minute. The next ring shows the 8 subject areas that are equally valued in the middle years program. In the outer circle, you'll find international mindedness. This is reflected through our school's value of multilingualism, intercultural understanding, and global engagement. The middle years program includes a requirement during 9th and 10th grade of a combined 20 hours of community service. There are end tasks embedded in every subject, and students will complete a personal project, which is an independent, student-driven project focused on research and reflection. At the end of 10th grade, we host an MYP celebration, which is what you see here, where students share their research, the product they've created, and their reflection. The diploma program can also be thought of as a series of concentric rings. And you'll see that the inner 2 circles and the outer circle are almost identical. The project level is different. You'll see theory of knowledge, extended essay, and approaches to learning. Theory of knowledge, extended essay, and creativity, action, and service. And in the second to most outermost ring are the subject areas, where we reduced from 8 subject areas to 6. The diploma program has been designed as a 2-year program. It's recognized by universities as the most rigorous college preparatory curriculum available. Students have the possibility for college credit that can be earned with exams. If you're curious about how your university of choice recognizes the IB diploma, I encourage you to simply search on the internet the name of your college plus IB recognition. And usually that search is enough to take you right to the admissions page that explains how AP and IB credit is awarded at that university. You'll find that some universities, like state colleges, frequently award credit. In fact, all of the 4-year public universities in Oregon have a uniform way of recognizing credit and awarding scholarships based on the completion of the IB diploma. Other universities, particularly the most selective universities, may not award college credit, but may be using participation in the program as part of their selection criteria. And why are they interested in the IB diploma program? Why do they think it is so valuable? Because the IB program challenges students to explain, respond, and reflect, not simply memorize facts. In the DP, students study 6 subject areas over 2 years. They're divided into higher level courses and standard level courses, and each student is expected to take 3 of each. The assessments are done throughout the year and in May of a student's senior year. The exams are international, and a sample of our exams are sent to examiners around the globe. Final results on May for your diploma happen based on your May exams, and the work you complete during your junior and senior years. All of our students complete a similar program, which makes us different than other schools that offer the IB diploma program. All of our students are doing the work together rather than just in their specialty area. Students also complete an extended essay that's begun in the winter of their junior year and completed in September of their senior year. They're assigned an essay advisor who will work with them over that time to provide them feedback. Students also take a theory of knowledge class where they explore knowledge issues. So they explore, how do I know truth? How do I know truth in art? Is that the same as how I know truth in science, or how do I know truth in math? And they engage in some review of philosophy in that class too. They also are expected to live lives outside of the classroom through the creativity, action, and service projects. So what makes us unique in our diploma program offering? There are 3 comprehensive high schools in the Beaverton School District that offer the diploma program. So why choose ISB? First of all of our juniors and seniors are full IB students. They take IB classes in the areas of strength as well as areas of growth for them. They have the support of the entire school community, where everyone believes that every student can be successful. And we encourage every student to test in IB, as this is an opportunity for growth and learning as well. So how do our students do? Really well. In fact, 96% of our students who were enrolled in classes at ISB last year of our seniors who were enrolled, earned the IB diploma this year. So what do these lines show you? The red line shows you the raw number of seniors. And you can see that in 2020, our population fell. Why did it fall? Well, we think it had something to do with, it was the first year that was the first group of seniors for the year that Mountainside High School opened, and there were attendance boundary changes, and that impacted our enrollment. And you can see that it's back up. In fact, we're at an all-time high of seniors right now. We also had students begin the early college program and still be attributed to ISB. So you can see that we went from no early college students to 11 last year, and they have the opportunity to participate in our after-school activities and our clubs, as well as in our commencement exercises. What's important to us is that purple line. We want the purple line in the middle to be very close to the red line, because we want most of our students to be full IB diploma candidates, to actually sit for the exams. The blue line, and that space in between the blue and the purple, we also want to be narrow, because we want as many students as possible to earn the IB diploma. How do we get students ready for it? Well, it's from some highly articulated curriculum planning. This overview will be available on our website as a PDF for you to download. At ISB, we are good at getting kids to their high school diploma. We are good at getting students to earn their IB diploma. What is not a strength at ISB is a wide variety of elective offerings, and you should know that as you consider ISB. So everything that is highlighted in gray, all the cells that are grayed out, means you don't have a choice. So throughout your 4 years of high school, you have one literature and composition offering each year. The same thing is true for social studies, which in the IB world is called individuals and societies, and in sciences, group 4. All of our students are in STEM physics, STEM chemistry, and then a 2-year IB biology track. All students, there's no option. You'll also see down in the other grouping that freshmen and sophomores all take PE and health, one semester of each, both years. In 11th grade, students take a theory of knowledge class and something called extended studies. And then senior year, students take a semester of theory of knowledge. So where do you have choices? You have choices in group 2, which is the world languages, in math, in the arts, and with some other miscellaneous. So let's talk about those. We talked about language and literature. Every year, students at ISB read at least one work in translation. Language arts classes are taught as discrete subjects, and we design our curriculum using an international lens. We do a close study of a variety of texts, including novels, short stories, plays, poetry, films, and nonfiction. And texts come from a variety of regions worldwide. We offer 3 world languages: Japanese, Mandarin, or Spanish. And your path depends on your entry level. So assuming you're entering with no prior language experience, the bottom track listed there shows that you would enter year 1 or level 1, your freshman year, and then through your sophomore and junior year, you go up through level 3, and then you'll notice that your 4th year, it says varies. If you were in Spanish, you would go on to IB standard level Spanish. If you're in Mandarin or Japanese, you would go to level 4, Mandarin or Japanese, and then level 5, well, level 4, and you would test, in something called World Language Ab Initio, which translates as from the beginning. If you have already had 1 year, you would be in that middle band and you would enter level 2. And note that world languages is one of the areas where middle schoolers and high schoolers are blended together in a class. So it's likely if you were in a level 1 world language class, you would be in a class with 7th and 8th graders. And if you were in a level 2 world language class, you would be in class with 8th graders. Individuals and societies can also be called social studies. All of our freshmen are in a global studies class, sophomores in US history. In 11th grade, we study history of Asia, and in 12th grade, 20th century history. Our science classes include a track where by the end of the 4 years, all students will have studied physics, chemistry, and biology. Because we're small in size, we're not able to offer multiple tracks or multiple options. So even though in your neighborhood high school, you might not take STEM physics and move right into STEM chemistry, we don't have that option at ISB. For math, we focus on complex thinking, applying math to new situations, and communicating mathematically. You can see that by 11th grade, all of our students are in college level courses, whether they begin in Algebra, Geometry, and Statistics 1, 2, or 3 as a freshman. The first band that begins with AGS 1 in 9th grade, by the end of senior year, students will be completing the equivalent of Math 105, Contemporary Mathematics. If they start in AGS 2 in 9th grade, they will be completing the equivalent of Math 241, Calculus. And if they begin in accelerated AGS 3 their freshman year, they will end with the equivalent of Math 251, Differential Calculus. So students will be well prepared no matter where they begin. Arts are required in the middle years program for grades 9 and 10. Art can be replaced by a second course in the other group 6 electives determined by level of student interest in grades 11 and 12. In art, students rehearse and perform music representing many genres and cultures. They continue vocal progress with higher skill development and age-appropriate vocal technique. And they focus on learning art in context to the real world and other academic disciplines. If they are a visual arts student, they examine the role of visual arts in various cultures, time periods, and technology, and they develop technical skills by working with a variety of media. In our music program, they have fun and enjoy fast-paced and energetic rehearsals and are part of something rewarding and unique. You'll notice that in 11th and 12th grade, there's additional elective offerings. In the diploma program, students can decide not to take an art, but instead take a second class in one of the other disciplines. Every spring, when our 10th graders forecast, we offer them the option to take visual art, band, choir, but also chemistry, psychology, and global politics. And depending on the number of students interested, we're able to offer those electives. For the current 11th grade classes, we offer all three arts plus chemistry and psychology, but did not have enough students interested in global politics. We make that decision every spring based on the interests of our 10th graders. For other classes, 9th and 10th graders have one period that is PE one semester and health one semester. They have another period where there is some choice. They might be in IB seminar, in advanced science research, in AVID, or in academic seminar. Advanced science research is offered only to freshmen, and it is for students who wish to complete a science fair project their freshman year. In 10th grade, students take a personal project class for one semester, which is the research project we mentioned earlier, and then one semester of IB seminar to prepare them in the spring of 10th grade to be ready to enter the diploma program in 11th grade. Another option is for students to be an AVID elective or academic seminar where they will complete their personal project as well. In 11th grade, students are all in one period of extended studies, and the classes rotate every 9 weeks. We do this because our school day is shortened due to transportation, and we need instructional hours that meet the IB requirement for our higher level courses. So in 11th grade, students get an extra quarter in biology, history, and English. 4th quarter, all of our juniors are involved in the extended essay research class. They also have a period where they have IB seminar first semester and theory of knowledge second semester, or they can be in a year-long AVID theory of knowledge combined class. In 12th grade, students have an opportunity to sleep in a little bit later. So one of their periods, they can be an AVID, they can be an AVID tutor or a teacher assistant, be an academic seminar, or have a late arrival class. Their other elective period, they'll have theory of knowledge first semester, and second semester, they can be a teacher's assistant or have late arrival. What is AVID? AVID is an elective class designed for first generation college-bound students. Applications will be available in February. We also offer academic support programs, including English as a second language and special education. If your student is served by an IEP, I encourage you to contact one of our high school counselors to learn more. We do use an inclusion model, so students are in general ed classes. For English as a second language, we use small group instruction, and case managers meet regularly with students, teachers, and parents to help manage the individualized learning plans. You may be asking yourself, do ISB students have a life? The answer is yes. Let's take a look. We have many, many clubs and honor society. In fact, clubs are pretty prolific here. If a student is interested in starting a new club, they just need to find other students who are interested and an advisor to open their room up after school. Every fall, we host a club fair where students have an opportunity to learn about the clubs available, meet with some of the members, and decide if they want to join us or not. We even did it this year in a virtual format. We also have the things that you'd expect to find in high school. We have dress-up days, we have dances, we also have something called coffee houses, which is an opportunity to perform for your peers, whether it's the spoken word, it's playing an instrument, singing, dancing, or doing stand-up comedy, where we just come together and celebrate one another. Transportation at ISB is a little different than what you'll find in your neighborhood school. We operate on a hub and shuttle system. In the morning, you can get on a bus in your neighborhood that takes you to a hub. And on that bus, you will find students who go to all of our other option schools, whether it's ACMA or BASE or Rachel Carson. And at the hub, you get off your neighborhood bus and board a shuttle to ISB, while the other option students get on a shuttle to their school. ISB actually serves as a hub, so you may skip the hub system and just come right from your neighborhood to ISB. In the afternoon, the shuttle bus will take you from ISB to your home high school, which lets you get off the bus to participate in drama, marching band, athletics, anything at your home high school that we don't have, you can join in. If you're not participating in an after-school activity, you can get on a bus at your home high school that takes you back to your neighborhood. The walking distance from home high schools is 1.5 miles. So if you live within that radius of your home high school, a bus will not be provided. I did mention you can stay for sports, and ISB students participate pretty strongly in their neighborhood schools. In fact, last fall, 1 in 4 of our high school students participated in a high school sport. If you're interested in sports, check back to your high school athletic office for requirements and for tryout dates. At the beginning of this video, I wanted you to be able to figure out if ISB is a good fit for you. So the question is are you ready to be a dragon? The answer is yes, if you are internationally minded, if you have unlimited curiosity, if you're ready for intellectual rigor, independent thinking, responsibility, and if you can show compassion, if you can show courage, if you're ready to advocate for others, and you want to be part of a peaceful community. So if these fit you, what's next? Well, the next step is applying. Applications are due by Friday, December 11th, and the lottery will be held on December 17th. At 10th and 11th grade, we'll have 10 seats available in the lottery, and at 9th grade, we'll have 30 seats. There's an additional 5 for second consideration, and second consideration at ISB is only for sibling preference, which means you have a student who's enrolled at ISB and plans to attend next year, or you have a twin or a triplet who gets in on the lottery and you are not selected in the lottery. So if you have a sibling who plans to attend ISB next year, you would be eligible for second consideration. Thank you so much for joining us. I encourage you to visit our school website to learn more about all of our programs.